You so fucking precious when you smile. Hit it from the back and drive you wild.
Yo, whatever comes up, comes out. We don't put our hands over our mouth. And whatever comes up, comes out. We don't put our hands over our mouth. Whatever comes up, comes out.
Please, Mr. Bassman, lay on me. Lay on me.
I like that. One more time, give it to me. It's real shit right here. I'm beautiful. Hey yo, depending on the day and depending on what I ate, I'm anywhere from 20 to 35 pounds overweight. I got red eyes and one of them's lazy, and they both squint when the sun shines, so I look crazy. I'm albino, man, I know I'm pink and pale, and I'm hairy as hell everywhere but fingernails. I shave a cranium that ain't quite shaped right, face type shiny, I stay up and write late nights. My wardrobe is jeans and faded shirts, a mixture of what I like and what I wear to work. I'm not neat and got a neck full of razor bumps. I'm not the classic profile of what the ladies want. You might think I'm depressed as can be, but when I look in the mirror I see sexy ass me. And if that's something you can't respect, then that's peace. My life's better without you, actually. To everyone out there who's a little different, I say damn, a magazine, these is God's fingerprints. You can call me ugly, but can't take nothing from me. I am what I am, doctor, you ain't gotta love me. If you would please turn in your Bible to Beauty Tips according to Forrest Whitaker, in the 3rd chapter of the 3rd line. Brother Ali, would you please read to the choir for me, son? I'ma be alright, you ain't gotta be my friend tonight. You ain't gotta love me, and I'ma be okay. You would probably bore me anyway. You ain't gotta love me, and I'ma be alright. You ain't gotta be my friend tonight. You ain't gotta love me, and I'ma be okay. You would probably bore me anyway. You ain't gotta love me, and I'ma be alright. You ain't gotta be my friend tonight. You ain't gotta love me, and I'ma be okay. You would probably bore me anyway. You ain't gotta love me. La 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 la. La 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 la. Damn, the words just on to it. La 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 la. La 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 la. Come on, come on. La 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 la. La 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 la. Forrest Whitaker, y'all. La 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 la. La 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 la. Forrest Whitaker, y'all.
God damn, that boy can sing.
You must be crazy.
He good.
You must be crazy.
D-O-N-T, N-E-E-P-L-O-V-E. Yeah.
You know, that's why, man, I be telling you all the time, man. You know, love, that word love is a very serious thing. And if you don't watch out, I tell you that.
Michael Connolly reminded
reminded me with Echo Park of days of hopping on the metro when they let those spark. Back when I collected retro art, and since then many are dearly departed. God bless they heart, God bless they heart. Part of living in pain, where the sun and the rain became one and the same. I took it as a lesson I was still learning, instilled the will of the 84 torch burning. I've been through heartbreaks to breakups to makeups to broke again. Not back again, my soul on the rope again. Took the jacket off and saw blood on my sleeves. When you wear your heart there, this the puddle it leaves. Love, it's the rebuttal of thieves, and chicks are crooks like you, so what'll it be? She steal your heart, now she running the streets. Don't need the pain, man, troubling me. I don't need love.
I tell you that.
I don't.
I tell you that.
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
Need love.
I tell you that.
Need love.
I tell you that.
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
When Kanye was chasing spaceships all over the nation, I was at the gravesite, face on the pavement. Left college dropout, first flight racing from Scranton, Pennsylvania on a prop plane, praying. Harp out to pop out my chest in Pittsburgh. Paranoid in first class, heard a voice whisper. Just touched back in LAX, and my phone starts buzzing to 1,000 texts. Out the gate and running like I'm motorless. I still love you, explain if you don't know the rest. I would say that's when love became an issue. Anybody treated me good, that's when I diss you. A certain chick who caught the bad end of the stick, and through thin and thick, I still miss you. I trashed every girl I had since. Warm heart, cold mind is absent. Imagine, I don't need love anymore. I need pressure, pain, my veins feeling so electric. Blue in the skin, choosing my sin, till the same sin's doing me in. I don't need love.
You know, that's why, man, I be telling you all the time, man, you know, love, that word love is a very serious thing. And if you don't watch out,
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
I don't.
I tell you that.
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
Need love.
I tell you that. I
Need love.
tell you that.
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
I don't need love.
I tell you that.
Need love.
Yeah, but
The strong prey upon the weak. This is where I learned to stand on my own feet. So much I see.
On the streets of Venice Beach is where I cut my teeth.
So much I see.
On the streets of Venice Beach is where I cut my teeth.
So much I see.
Cut my teeth. I remember how it all began. I used to switch graffiti tips on cans with both hands, no chance. I knew they couldn't stop this rush. Our bus bench was a stop and they ain't stopping the bus. I caught the fever. At 16 I copped the beater. Now it's me against the world, sitting my own two-seater. I drove slow on roads that lead freedom. What I believe in, knowing that I be leaving. Let me jump up the timeline to current events. I went around the world twice on the war tours, it never ends. Mike Will did, but others didn't make it. Others still hungry, so the others gonna take it. Shit is basic when you put it in the pot and let it simmer, like the sun been setting later in the summer than the winter. Shit, where I'm from, I keep the oven sizzling. I cut my teeth at Venice Beach and hit my peoples with some other wisdom.
The strong prey upon the weak. This is where I learned to stand on my own feet. So much I see. On these mid-city streets is where I cut my teeth. So much I see. On these mid-city streets is where I cut my teeth. So much I see. Cut my teeth. I learned a nickel cost more than a dime before I learned to rhyme. Crenshaw and Venice, St. Charles is more specific than Pico and Fairfax, the Ethiopian district. Everything changes, noticing both of them look different. I can think back, though life goes on, so keep living. Didn't step to OGs on the block to seek wisdom or I be crippin'. But they teach the street system, street soldiers and street politicians. I keep listening, smoking in the homies' rental, plays an instrumental, something like a steel elephant trunk came through the window. Eyes traced the barrel to a friendly face. Broke the blunt, gave us back the lit half and kept dipping. Had that beach cruiser whipping, then stopped. He turned around, came back and told me it's a war zone, go home. Draw something, matter of fact, write something raw for me. Call you tomorrow. It was the last time that I saw him, but I took it as a sign. Standing at the crossroads, saw a different world was mine. It was with me all the time. Appreciative, never satisfied, inspired to climb. Eyes wide, mid-city, lit that fire inside. Let's go. The strong prey upon the weak. This is where I learned to stand on my own feet. So much I see.
On the streets of Venice Beach is where I cut my teeth.
So much I see. On these mid-city streets is where I cut my teeth. So much I see. Cut my teeth.
Alright, welcome to the opening night of RSL Season 16. I'm Vector, here with Alp, Grindman, and later Slam Duncan and Dead Latin.
Yeah, what's going on, Vector? I think tonight's going to be a really special night, you know. We're going to have some fun watching these great players play the game they love. And, you know, it's going to be great seeing how this all turns out, how these teams are going to form throughout the year. I think we're going to see some really great things. How about you?
I agree. First up, we have Odessa, Dr. Germs, and Shreveport.
Oh, yeah, these guys have been great players throughout the seasons we've seen last year. And beyond that, I think that they have real potential to keep developing in the future.
I agree. Wow, you're good. I'm caught off guard by this.
Oh, yeah, thank you, man.
Anyways, Germs most likely to field the ice with Rad-Aids. And Dead Latin and Heateroni take the ice along with Goose.
Oh yeah, Heateroni, I remember last year. Man, Heateroni was he was a developing player. He wasn't as good as some of the other guys, but I think that under the wing of some of the older players, as you said, such as maybe Juice, he could become one of the top players in this league.
Definitely, he was a pleasant surprise to watch last season in the JSL, that's for sure. And it seems like Heat disconnected.
Oh, there we
He's
go.
back.
He's back in.
Messed up my face-off camera, but that's okay. Off the face-off. Paco with the puck in his own zone goes around the boards. Quacky Face missing it. Galchenyuk with a good check, takes possession, passes over to Josh Bray.
Ooh, good defensive effort in front of the goalie.
Paco with the long pass along the boards.
Ooh, Josh Press tries to pass down the ice, intercepted by Goose.
And Rad-Aid's able to get the shot up. And Goose looking for it. Challenged by Paco.
Ooh, long pass down the ice. And a breakaway. Could this be it?
Quacky Face. Shot goes wide.
A close one.
He beat
That
everyone.
could have been a good opening goal.
And a good defensive play here for Odessa. Sending it deep into the Mudbug zone.
Another long pass down. Intercept failed. Oh, a great block in front of the net. We're seeing some really good defense tonight, I think, from the red team at least. Good to keep it out of their own zone.
Now, I want to talk about the goalies for a minute. Deadladen, obviously a great goaltender in the JSL last season, looking to prove himself in the RSL. And I've never seen Kapanen play goaltender before, so this...
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. You know, like you said, we haven't seen Kapanen play a lot before. And, you know, against a goalie like Deadline, this is going to be a really interesting matchup to see what's going to happen tonight.
Kapanen, a great LHL forward, but unsure how he sizes up in net.
Oh, yes. Oh, a good pass down, intercepted once again by Rades. Good shot in front, blocked.
Good save.
Down in front. Oh, and another breakaway. Oh, a little bit too hard on that puck he was. Going in front of the net. Another one.
What a great chance. Hit the post with it, though.
Here he comes down the side. Oh, resets the play.
Puck blocked by Goose. Now Heat trying to get it away with it, but challenged by Paco.
He caught a piece of that puck, but ultimately it turned into nothing for him.
Quacky takes the hard angle shot, gets to Galchenyuk's stick.
Alright, we have a play developing here. Pico moves up, tries to get some of his teammates to follow suit. Intercepted in the back by Pico. And passed down the ice. A good effort by Deadladen, but I don't think a shot like that's ever going to make it past a goalie of his caliber. Another good effort in front. Pass back down into the defensive zone. Keiko good to stay back and collect the puck. Trying to fend off an attacker, Radiates.
Kapanen got his stick on it as it was shot high above the net.
Really good effort in front there.
At center ice, Paco takes the long shot. Goes just wide of the post, closing seconds of the first period. Still no score.
Yeah, I think in this game so far, we've seen a lot of nice efforts of attacking, shooting it down far into the ice, moving up the play lines. But unfortunately, the accuracy of these players hasn't been on par with what they need to, unfortunately, score a few goals to win this game.
A little
go at the start of the second period.
Odessa controversy as Heat seems to be an ice hog.
Ah, yes.
Paco taking the puck behind his own net, looks to make the defensive play.
Another big pass down the ice, as we've seen in this game.
Quacky Face racing Kanye to the puck, and he wins. Quacky Face over to Galchenyuk.
In front. Oh, and cleared wide by the defender.
Kapanen comes out, makes the play. Finds Josh Brett at center ice. Over to Quacky.
Another great clear down the ice. Kapanen gets to it first, but Radiates takes the puck in front.
And
Oh,
a
a ripper
great
by
shot.
Keiko.
Glitch goal. That's in.
Oh. Here we go. Pico has broken the ice.
I'm not sure if no one's calling for the apple, so. Unassisted from center ice. Paco.
Play developing in center ice. Pass down. Goalie misses wide of the puck. Oh, and a
Great shot.
Goal.
Great pass from Quacky Face over to Josh Bray, who sinks it in the back of the net and makes it 2-0 Mudbugs. Resident Casters slam Duncan and Dead Latin on the ice for Odessa. Can they bring their team ahead and at least tie the game?
They've had a lot of chances, but they're having trouble getting the puck out of their own zone. They're going to have to make more of an offensive push down the ice instead of sending one attacker down each time.
Dead Latin with a good play along the boards up to Goose, looking for rat aids.
Goose is open in front of the net.
Hits the side of the net.
Unfortunately, Past box. Puck pass down. Pico again does a good job to stay back. Able to get to the puck first. Clears it down the ice. Back to Josh Bray. Up to Galchenyuk. Misses.
I don't know who Goose was looking for, but he found Quacky Face.
Oh, and yet another one.
And it's 3-0 Shreveport.
Josh back this time, passed up to Quacky. Across, no one there to receive the pass. Reset the play once again. Lewis unable to grab hold of that puck. Passed in front for Pico. Back again. Jasper around for Pico. A nice back pass over to Quacky.
Great pass.
Oh yeah, straight down to the defenders. And Dead Latin makes a great block in front once again.
And that does it for the second period.
Yeah, an interesting second period we've had there, Vector. You know, it's going to be interesting to see in the third if we can see any sort of comeback for the team that is behind by quite a few goals.
And it looks like Germs takes the ice. He's taking this seriously.
Let's see what happens. Face-off win there.
It's always good to get those points early in the season so you don't have to worry about them later.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to have to be one of those teams at the end of the season trying to grab those few last points and miss it just by just a few.
Great cross-ice pass to Rat Aids, but Paco breaks it up in the defensive zone.
Down to Quacky. Pushes it back around the corner. Past Radades, deflected by Goose to Germs. He'll miss it. Galchenia comes down, battling Kanye West.
And Quacky Face
Oh, and yet another goal.
takes advantage of the turnover. And the Odessa Jackalopes nightmare continues.
The hole keeps getting deeper for them. They're going to have to find a way to dig themselves out of this hole. Oh, and a chance in front.
Good work by Goose and Kanye.
And a goal.
Kanye and Goose working together to break out at center ice. And it pays off finally as Odessa gets their first of the game.
They can keep that up for the rest of the period. They're going to have a good time.
Signs of life definitely being displayed here.
Pico, a good shot in front, and he scores. Pico grabs the puck out of Raddy's reach, trying for another goal. Quacky down the ice, intercepted. Passed again. Dead Latin, good in front to pass the puck away. Raddy is unable to grab hold of that puck once again. Pass deep, the offensive zone to Quacky. Pass in front. Just missed the tip of his stick. Raddy is down to Goose. Goose was alone. Misses the puck. Gets in front of Jasper behind the net.
That was almost in. That puck was almost in, teetered the line.
Very, very close.
Now Radade's breaking out here. A great chance, and he
Great one.
scores his first of the season. That one
Must
thing
be really a great night for all these guys for breaking the ice, you know, scoring their first of the season. It's a really special thing.
Yeah, sorry about interrupting. I was just going to say one thing I am sure of is that we're going to see Radade score a lot more goals.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, even in this game, he's made some mistakes, but there's no doubt about it. He is a great scorer.
He was key last season in helping the JSL Lindsey Muskies. Or, no, that was the RSL Lindsey Muskies. There was another season where they were the JSL, though.
Obviously, with the JSL's removal, the RSL is looking quite different this year, but it seems even in this game, the players doing well to adjust to the changes they've had. Back around to Jasper. Attempt in front, and a goal!
Quacky with a hat trick in his first game of the season.
These defenders are going to have to find a way to keep those pucks out of their zone if they want any chance of reviving this game. Big one down the ice by Peiko, and that will finish it.
Game 1 of the night in the books.
Great game it was.
6-2 victory for the Mudbugs. Coming up, Doucette and the Rochester Americans versus Renegade and the Milwaukee Admirals. And we will be joined by Slam Duncan and Dead Latin momentarily. I'm sure their GM has a few words for the rest of the team.
Oh yeah. Not gonna be happy about the other team what happen tonight, but they still have a long season ahead of them. They have a chance to turn that around. Really relies on the defensive errors that happen there when pucks get right in front of the goalie time after time. Dead Latin did good to try and get them out.
Dead Latin, a great goaltender in the JSL last season.
And he's only proven himself more today.
Hoping to translate his game to the RSL level.
Hello everybody, how we doing?
Hey.
Hello, Slam Duncan.
Well, fresh from the ice, and that was a hard one to play, but hopefully I'll have a little bit more fun calling these next two.
Absolutely. Milwaukee without their star player, Renegade. Oh, nope, there he is.
Rochester, of course, headed up by Doucette and gunned by Stamkos, and the streaky but overall solid Nova Star. Cavi, always a solid goaltender.
Cavi was doing some pretty crazy things in the scrim before.
Couple exciting prospects in Charming and Mooman.
Oh yeah, is that Milwaukee that has Mooman and all them?
No, Rochester has Mooman.
Rochester. I forgot. I was looking at it pregame and I thought their prospect pool looked very nice.
Rochester and the oddly tagged Milwaukee. Alright, Milwaukee on red, Rochester in the blue for this game.
That's Vegas and Columbus Blue Jacket colors for those of you watching the stream.
Cavi and Burt in net, no major surprises there.
Renegade and Nico for Milwaukee as the forwards. That's a dangerous combination.
Milwaukee starting it off in their own end after losing a quick faceoff, but a big stretch pass almost goes all the way, and Cavi has to come out and make a nice little poke check.
So that's an easy one to make against a Russian.
Rennie carries it all the way around and goes for a center, but it's just too hot to handle. And the shirtless Doug will clear that out the other way. Rolling behind the Milwaukee net, and just going to be tennis down to the other end, where Nico does have the step on the defenders from Rochester, but can't get his dangy going. But Giuseppe steps up, takes a shot on goal, stopped by Cavi. Big rebound, goes over the net. Nico does have a tendency to play deep in his zone. you know, Milwaukee definitely going to be trying to cover for that defensively, but it can be a very effective strategy. Rochester getting some zone time now. I'm Not Stamkos looking for just a little touch pass, manages to retain control and flips it right over across the goal line. And Nico tries for a cross-ice pass, but just too many defenders there, and it gets dumped back in. Nico finds it, doesn't have a lot of skate speed though, and is going to lose it pretty quick. Giuseppe manages to gain the blue line, but Nico can't quite dangle around the defense. Solid defending from both teams here. Nova has a big turnover for Giuseppe, who plays it much too far and can't get a sustained attack going. And Nova will relieve the pressure a little bit and force Milwaukee to reset. Shirtless Doug puts one high and over, but Stamkos is ready and waiting. Passes it back to Nova, plays it along the boards and dumps it back in. Milwaukee has the defenders there to take care of it and trying to find Nico all the way up, and it looks like he will get it. Pass it back towards the center where it's deflected. Nico trying to work his magic along the boards there, but gets stopped as he gets close to the net again, trying for these short wrap style goals and just can't find them.
A long shot by Doucette, great save.
Burt coming up big for, I think, his first real challenge in this game.
There's another one.
Make one from what might have been his own defender. And
oh,
a Doug crashing the net manages to make it 1-0 Rochester. Burt playing extremely well, but when you're peppered with about 4 shots in just about as many seconds, one of them on the goal line, eventually you just can't take it anymore. After another face-off win, Rochester find themselves in the offensive zone again. Trev trying to carry it out. Will beat Stamkos and gain the red line, it looks like. Back skating Nova does take him out though. At least I believe that was Nova. A little bit of a name overlap there. Doucette, unchallenged over the blue line, has a very clear shot and a clear goal. 2-0 Rochester. A nice play by Giuseppe there, but again, chipped hard at the blue line. Rochester looking like a very strong team defensively right now against what was preseason suspected to be a very potent Milwaukee offense. Hebert stepping up big to put the puck back deep. Nicely forechecked by Nico. Burt playing completely down the other end. And a desperation timeout called by Milwaukee as Burt found himself actually in the other end of the ice. And the timeout is coming to an end. May have been a strange intermission timeout snafu right there, but everything looks to be back on track now. Burt pops it into the corner, but Doug will recover it. Checked by, looks like upwards of 3 Milwaukee defenders, but he still has the puck and whips it around all the way back towards the other end, where Nico is cruising up for Doucette, who has enough time to play the puck nicely down. Almost finds Nova, but Trev able to hold on. Stamkos aggressively trying to check, and manages to force a turnover into the neutral zone. Doucette with a long shot is just too high. Stamkos cross ice for Doucette. Is able to take another blue line shot, but goes wide. Trev shoots from the red line. It gets to ice, and Cavi has to make the save for the first time this period. An unfortunate board clear as Giuseppe now skates in hard, and Cavi deflects him away with force. Doucette back for Stamkos. Flips it in. And Nova finds Nico, who can't quite get around Stamkos. Shirtless Doug with an awkward mishandling leaves it for Renegade, who now takes a shot right on target, if not 2 feet too high. Cross back over the goal line. Giuseppe has another shot at it, but puts it wide. Nikolai holding it along the boards, turns it over to Nova. A little bit of a train wreck in center ice, but just too long of a leash. And Milwaukee's able to clear it out. Doucette picks it up at the blue line, almost on net, just wide again. And this one will find its way all the way down in what would be an icing play in the preseason tournament. Renegade tries to flip it in front of the net, but well defended. And no, not quite. Almost a strong break there for Nova, but Trev with just one step on him. Milwaukee wins the forecheck battle, and Renegade cruising hard, turned away by Cavi right there on the goal line. Nice wrap attempted and an even nicer save. Turned over at the blue line again. Milwaukee might have another chance. And Physics almost puts a shot on goal for the Admirals. But another strong clear. And Habert will stay in his net. Nova trying to find center, but nobody home. Instead it finds Nick, who finds Doug, who clears it back in. Rochester gains the blue line again, high slot, but can't put the shot on net. Habert turns it wide for extra safety. Doug keeps it in. Nova goes for the check, and a mishandling means Doucette will be able to keep it in the zone. Nova holding on. Flips it cross ice for Doucette, who might have a shooting lane. He will go for it and comes up short. Stamkos finds it along the deep boards into the corner. Tries to put it front, but hits the side of the net. And finally, Rochester's attack ends. A nice clear there. Nico will pick it up, trying to go the other way. Drops it back. Another broken play for the Admirals, who will reset, and Renegade will start from his own end. Goes for a long stretch shot. Nicely handled. Beautiful little goal. Nikolai with a great play there, catching the long stretch pass and setting up legendary Trev on a tee.
Renegade a Salty he didn't get that apple.
And as we enter the third, Rochester's lead cut in half to 1 goal. Doug pulls the panic lever and flips it all the way down the other ice, trying for a forecheck. And will now cruise up with speed to keep it in the zone. Novastar is there, but can't get to it first. Doucette pinches hard, and it gets past him. This could be dangerous for Rochester. Nikolai picks it up. He has a cross pass, but he'll just carry it. He's in the high slot. He might have a shooting lane, but pushed out by one of the Rochester defenders. Trev now holding it. Nikolai in center. But the pass cleared away. Trev holding it again behind the net. He'll go for a wrap attempt and find it. It's a tie game.
What a great effort by Milwaukee to get 2 goals in under a minute and tie the game up.
Having looked shut down so hard throughout most of those first 2 periods, now with a flurry in about 55 seconds. Doug tries to gain the blue line again, but Trev flips it the other way. Nikola has it and will misplay it and dump it into the corner a bit. Stamkos will pick it up. He has time. Flips it all the way across ice to Doucette, who's challenged hard and loses the puck. Doucette should get there first, but Nova's coming in pretty hot. Plays it same boards. Doucette will recover it from him, but can't control it. And now Renegade has a chance to clear, which he does with authority. And, oh, Nico almost with a strong one-timer. Still in the Rochester zone. Kept in by Nico, but Doucette finally has time and space and will set up the attack going the other way for the Americans. Teeks around Renegade. Puts one toward the net short, but it might bounce out nicely. Nope, Haybert turns it back behind the net. And a bouncing puck finds its way down to Nikolai in the corner. Doesn't really have much to work with, but will try to bounce it in front of the net. Doucette playing it long now. And a little back and forth finds Nikolai with the puck behind the net again in the Rochester zone. Plays it off the boards and cleared out with authority. Giuseppe, though, reading the play very nicely, holds it at the red line, flips it in towards the center. Oh, great interception by Stamkos, who might find Nova skating backwards here. Not quite. Great forecheck there. Stamkos holding it. Can't get around the defender, though. Misskated just a touch by Doucette. Now Nico going the other way, but he doesn't have much support. And 3 defenders back. However, Nico finds the center after a little bit of a defensive mishap, I believe, by the Americans. And 3 unanswered goals makes this Milwaukee's lead now. And Rochester very suddenly having to play catch-up for the first time this game. A high physics puck goes right on the net again, and it is 4-2.
Nico with 3 assists.
Definitely a different Nico from last season, at least in this game. Nico the playmaker.
A less selfish Nico.
But Doucette is not going down without a fight. Before I could even collect myself, he's made the game 4-3, and Milwaukee cannot rest on their laurels yet. There are still about 70 seconds to play in this game. Cabby can't quite get the touch. Doug manages to get it off of Renegade's stick. But it's battled for along the boards. Flipped through the neutral zone. Too far for Doucette. Doucette may get to it first. But Deucet manages to outskate him a little bit, and another defensive mishap right in front of the net.
Nova Star.
Definitely a unforced error there from, I believe, Legendary Trev. I'm sorry, Trev, if that wasn't you, but one of the defenders for Milwaukee, and we have it tied at 4 game now. What a third period. Now 30 seconds left. Cavi from his own net plays it long down. Picked up in the middle, though, by, oh no, strong turnover there from Doug. Jusep will get to it first. Flip it high. This is not quite on net. Nikolai from behind loses control. And with 10 seconds left and Jusep deep in his own end, this will end the period. I believe we will be going to overtime. And we will.
What a game.
First night of action in this season 17 of the RSL. 16, pardon me.
It's the opening night of the RSL coming at you hard.
And neither team, I believe, have changed their lineups at all throughout this whole game, and they won't rotate anyone out for this overtime either.
Nico and
Rochester
Renegade
starting
switched
from their own
positions,
zone.
I believe.
Doucet putting the moves on a number of defenders and checked hard. Scott Stevens-like by Trev. As much as anyone can truly be checked hard in this game. Nova trying to muscle Trev off the puck, but it'll be played rather unfortunately by Renegade. Back right into the zone. Stammer with a great flip. Rochester manages to hold off a blistering assault by the Milwaukee Admirals and squeeze out this game in overtime. What a back and forth contest, though.
It was a very exciting second half of the game. Last 4 minutes.
Each team definitely showing their strengths there. Rochester with just solid defensive play and a couple of goals from their blue liners in that game. And of course, Milwaukee, at any point it feels like Nico is one of those players that can just decide to take over a game, and he definitely did in that third period and managed to drag the Admirals back from what seemed like a pretty smooth loss at this point into a very, very hotly contested match, and they will get a point out of it for his efforts. Our final game for the night will be between the Victoria Salsa and Ontario Reign. Salsa with a couple very strong players. Hawk and Notled gunning the offense. A rising star in Little Owl. And, of course, the legend of the community, Keller. Ontario with some big names as well. Jeetler, Andrew Gaze, and DeBeasy. Definitely going to be putting in a lot of minutes. Ketzigo likely between the pipes for them, but they have a lot of options. 4 goaltenders on that team. And, you know, not late round picks either. High pick goaltenders. And another couple strong prospects in Sean P. and Mufasa for this last game.
I tell you, I want to see Yoke starting net for this game for Victoria.
Yoke, an unknown quantity, yeah, a young player, someone who, through no fault of their own, did not get the chance to play in the JSL, playing what will eventually be their first competitive hockey question mark in the RSL. Definitely coming in under fire, but it doesn't look like they will be starting tonight. Not a huge surprise from Hawk, but their time will definitely come. A face-off win for the Salsa, but they'll quickly find themselves in their own end as Andrew Gaze and Jeetler try to win the puck. Jeetler, however, drops it hard to the little Owl, and Ketsugo will clear it back towards the neutral zone. Owl turning it over towards Moose, who I am not as familiar with Moose, but that just may be due to my non-encyclopedic knowledge of this game and its players.
I don't know. I've been around for a while, but I've never seen him.
And now, I believe that is Guy. I'm not entirely certain who Guy's Mima is as well. It's a new alias for me.
That's Ghost, or
Ghost,
as some people know him by.
And Spider Geek will be... Oh, Ketsugo will get the first touches. No, he will leave it for Spider Geek. Ontario starting from their own end now. Flips it forward for Andrew Gaze, just a bit too far. But Jeetler may find it. No, Owl gets the touch. Too long for Hawk, though, and a strong long shot to keep it in the zone. Flipped all the way down for Ghost now, who has Hawk in the middle. Tries to find him, Hawk gets the touch, but it wasn't the right one. Gaze flips it forward and lost in the feet of Ghost there. Jeetler finds the pass, but can't control it. And that may have been on net. Jeetler may have just made a save against his own team.
Selfish.
I understand that he was going for the tip, but might be kicking himself depending on how this game goes. Notled and Jeetler in a race for it now. Looks like Notled will get to it first. Not quite. Flipped up, played along the boards. And an unfortunate team body there from Moose and Notled. Or pardon me, Jeetler.
Moose and Jeetler just not having very much chemistry this game.
Spider Geek flips it back forward to Gaze, who has a little bit of time, but he'll clear it out and just let the pressure settle for a second as we're halfway through this first, still scoreless. Ghost will carry it with very little momentum, almost gets stripped. Notled, you know he's dangerous, but gets checked hard by Spider Geek. Moose almost with a very dangerous turnover there, but Notled misses it, and Jeetler gets stripped again by Owl, who has made another strong defensive zone play. Owl looking good. For a player who I believe was more interested in playing offense, he's had a good defensive game, at least throughout this first period. Great little hands there by Notled, who's now in the high slot, has a shooting lane, but blocked. Blocked nicely by Spider Geek. Probably wishes he would have stayed on the backhand there for that one. Hawk will flip it right across the goal line. And a slow dribbler manages to trick Ketsugo. He may have been screened a little bit there, and Notled opens the scoring. 1-0 Salsa. Jeetler coming in hot for Owl, who plays it up the boards to Ghost. Checked hard. Owl holds control, gets picked a little bit, but looks like, no, it's not too far. Oh, it is. Andrew Gaze, high slot, one to beat, and a great save. Holy moly, Jimothy keeping it 1-0, pulling the stick backwards, it looked like, to make that stop. Hawk now trying to win on the forecheck, but Spider Geek keeps him off. No! Hawk with a great final little pick. Ontario looking to have perhaps some communication issues, as once again 2 of their players can't agree on who has the puck, and they force another scoring opportunity for the Victoria Salsa. And a long shot goes very high. 20 seconds left in the period now. Jeetler plays it around for Andrew. They might have one. Ontario's one chance here. Nope. Notled will clear it, and this looks like it may end the period unless Hawk can. No, he will get a shot, and it looks like he can't quite find it though. Tried to get too fancy and too many touches, and luckily for Ontario, they'll keep the game 1-0 going into the second. Victoria overall with a strong period, I believe. Tim did have to make one excellent save, but other than that, I don't think there were any other chances on goal. Ontario, perhaps it's some early season jitters, but seeming to lack, as you said, a little bit of chemistry and just knowledge of what each other are doing throughout that first period. We'll see how they adjust throughout the game.
For sure, and Victoria, they might have Yoke, who I like to call the rookiest rookie, but they also probably have the most LHL caliber lineup out of all the RSL teams.
Puck coming in hot through the neutral zone, and Jeetler, I believe Jeetler trying to flip it, but gets wide again. Another long shot with no real danger there from Ontario. Goes free, takes another long one short though. Hawk holding it behind the net, might go for a wrap opportunity, but hits the post. Fighter Geek with 2 on, a rather weak clear. Hawk is going to be able to stop this one. Goes turning around through the net and plays it too high up the boards, but Hawk keeping it in. What an individual effort by Hawk on that drive. Andrew Gaze trying to find Jeetler, but just a little bit too soft. Ontario, though, keeping the puck in, puts one on net. Bouncing one. Tim Jim turns it away, but those always take strange reactions after that. Andrew Gaze technically dropping it for Moose, I suppose. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And Ontario's forecheck successful here. He'll be coming around the boards for Moose, who has options in the center. Rails one high and wide. And not let it push it forward for Hawk, who receives nicely. He's unchallenged. Just the goalie to beat. And once again, Ketsigo looks like he has Hawk's number. That's twice now that he stopped prime scoring opportunities. Excellent goaltending for Ontario. Notled with a nasty turnover. And it will float down towards the Victoria end as Notled quarterbacks the next play. Forward for Ghost, who mishandles it. Spider Geek now with a long chance. No! Blocked by Ghost. Hawk again turned away by Ketsigo behind his own net. Ketsigo now out of position. Dangerous for Ontario, but they will get to the puck first, and Moose will clear it out. Definitely to catch their breath. Just a touch, I believe. Moose loses it in his feet a little bit, but finds it in time, pardon me, and finds the opposite corner. Ontario trying to do something with their forecheck, but pieces just weren't where they needed to be. Hawk, his third chance on goal, tries to walk it. This time, third time's the charm. Hawk is on the board. Goes for the second assist of the 2 goals. It's 2-0 Victoria. Just a number of high-level scoring opportunities for Victoria. Eventually, the next one went home. Ontario need to find a way to get some consistent offense going. Spider Geek starting from his own end. High clear all the way down. Nice receive by Andrew Gaze, who's looking to find Jeetler in the middle, but will play it very short. Holds it, and Timothy keeps it away from his net. Owl checked very hard. Andrew Gaze turning underneath point, and almost on net, but the grounder finds its way. What a shot by Moose that may have gone off one of the defenders, but a very quick goal line snipe makes this a 2-1 game. Ontario not willing to lie down. And a long bomb gets across the goal line. Oh, Andrew Gaze almost timed the game right off the faceoff. Timothy there tapping his posts for luck. And an interesting between the legs spinning puck pass by Hawk there. Can't quite generate a goal, but it was a nice play nonetheless. Owl now carrying it in deep. loses it, and it'll be cleared out by Ontario. Andrew Gaze. Can't wait. He does find the stretch pass. Jeetler with another scoring opportunity, and he puts it in. Tie goal for a game that overall has probably been dominated by Victoria. Ontario takes 2 chances and gets 2 goals, and that's all the scoreboards are going to remember as we head into this final period now. Overall, I would still say this was a good period for Victoria, but Ontario definitely making the most of the chances that they get, tying this game, and a couple of great saves by Ketsugo keeping them in this. Ontario definitely not willing to be steamrolled by the early favorites for a lot of people. Hawk pulls it out of the faceoff. He's unchallenged again, and he hits the crossbar, and they can't quite capitalize on the rebound. Another Hawk-driven scoring opportunity that just can't find the back of the net. Hawk plays it around for Notled, who has Moose coming in. Passes it across for Hawk. He will get to it first. Flips a long one on net. Hits the top of the net. Moose forward for Jeetler, who will receive it nicely. Technically gets around Owl, I suppose. And taps it in for Andrew Gaze, who now is going to have Jeetler in the middle. Another scoring opportunity for Ottawa. No, pardon me, Ontario. But Timothy Jimothy with a nice poke check there to defuse the situation. Notled, no one at the blue line, top of the circle. This is easily going to be the 3rd goal.
Spider Geek being held by ghosts at the blue line.
The most... That is a picture-perfect D-int if ever there was one, and that argument will inevitably start up again, I believe. Goes passing it cross ice for Hawk, who has Moose coming in again, and Moose beats him this time. Tim Jim hold a little misplay by Victoria there, and suddenly Ontario's forecheck is successful, and they have another offensive drive. Oh, great cross across the front of the net, just couldn't be capitalized, and that one crosses the goal, almost gets across the goal, and another shot misses. Oh, Ontario desperately trying to tie it up again. Whiff at the point. Moose keeps it in. Notled will get to this first and will clear a grounder out of there. Now it's a 2-0 the other way, but just off the tip of Ghost's stick. Pass around for Owl outside of the circle. And far too high. But it will be picked up by Ghost. Still has Hawk in front. But Ketsugo with authority clearing it the other way. And Tim Jim holding it now in his corner. And not quite where the clear needed to be. Moose almost puts it on net, but Tim Jim's desperately skating back to keep it a 3-2 game. Holy moly. And Ketsugo turns another one away to keep it a 1-goal game. A fantastic goaltending, both ends of the ice this whole contest. Owl keeps it away from Jeetler as Notled picks it up, but almost turns it over to Jeetler as Moose reads the play, gains the blue line. He has Andrew Gaze across. He looks for him. Great little touch, and he whiffs on it. That was a wide open net. Oh my. Ontario has definitely found their offensive touch. They're playing with nothing left to lose, even though it's the first game of the season. And Victoria managing to hang on. Andrew Gaze mishandling it now. Spider Geek finally clears it out for him. Owl puts it back to the neutral zone. Spider Geek picks it up. Some mis-skating by Victoria. Jeetler screening the goalie as Moose finds Andrew Gaze, and strong save from one of the Victoria defenders. They're not entirely certain who. Moose with 1 minute 5 seconds remaining, trying to find that offensive spark for his team again. Flips it in on net. Jeetler trying for a redirection but can't quite find it. Looks for Spider Geek at the point, but Ghost will get there first. Moose can't stop it, and now he has to deal with Hawk deep in his end. Hawk will save it and tries for a near side tuck, but it's too fancy. Owl keeps it in, 30 seconds remaining. That little stop by Notlid might have just saved the game for Victoria again. Oh, a great interception by Spider Geek, who has a lot of open ice in front of him. A bouncing shot towards the net. Tim Jim says no. 13 seconds remaining. Hawk gets to it first. And will flip one final one on net. Ketsugo turns it away, but the clock will run out, and Victoria have managed to hang on 3-2 to win this game.
3 stars of the game, definitely a Ketsugo, Hawk, and not led, I would say.
I mean, that was a game that very easily could have been 7-2 if not for Ketsugo, certainly. Ontario, for having a rather rough first period, certainly found their mojo by the third and really gave the Salsa a lot to think about. So a couple strong games there from the Salsa, Ontario, Milwaukee, and Rochester.
Yeah, so a great 3-2 victory for Victoria. Last game was a 5-4 Rochester win in OT against Milwaukee. And I actually forget the first score. I think it was 6-2.
It was 6-2, yes.
6-2 Shreveport. That'll wrap up day 1 of the RSL. Thanks for sticking around, Slam Duncan. I also want to thank Alp Grindman for covering for Game 1. I hope you come back again. I'm not sure where you went, Alp Grindman.
Well, nonetheless, though, thank you for covering for me while I was in game, as I will hopefully be throughout the rest of the season. Assuming that Germs doesn't sit me or trade me somewhere else, but whatever. And I believe that will wrap up our stream for today.
That it
Anything
will.
else to say? All right. Well, thank you for watching, whether live or doing some rules review or just watching up some tape. I've been Slam Duncan. This is streamed by Vector as always, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Goodbye.